This week on the Digital Coffee, you're soon going to be able to go live on Instagram with up to 3 guests. TikTok is adding a recipe integration, and Facebook is improving your privacy on Messenger. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. My name is Amanda Webb, grasping my coffee cup, which will be filled once I finish the show. So if you are watching, and I can see Jolie has already left a comment, so I'll come to that in a second. If you are watching, do let me know what is in your cup. Is it tea? Is it coffee? Is it something else? And if you leave a comment, you will get a message from me on Messenger with a copy of the Digital Coffee newspaper, which means you can go away and read the news again in your own time, and it has additional links to the stories that I mention. So the question of the week, if you don't want to tell me what's in your tea or coffee cup, I want to know, have you ever used the watch party function on Facebook? Have you ever used that? Do let me know. So firstly, 2 comments from Jolie here. Jolie, how do you do the fancy countdown? Well, it's just a video that I actually shot with my niece when she was doing work experience with me. And I did a little bit of jiggery pokery in the editing to put the countdown on top of it. And then I use Ecamm Live paired with Restream, which lets me play pre-recorded videos through it. So quite a boring answer, apologies. And no, you have not watch partied. So if you're just joining us, that is the question of the day. Have you watch partied? Or you can tell me what you're drinking, or just say hello if you want a copy of that Digital Coffee newspaper. Will I start with the news?
Hey, it's Andy at Content Cal here, and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Instagram Live has its limits, which can be a little bit off-putting to live streamers. So, for example, you can either do a solo show or you can do a show with a guest, an interview show. You can't, well, officially you can't integrate third-party software, so we can't do any of the fancy stuff that I do here on my live show on Facebook. It's quite limited, but one of those limits is about to be lifted. Yes, soon you are going to be able to go live with up to 3 guests on Instagram. And I think this is a game changer. So now you're going to be able to have panel or in-depth discussions. You're going to be able to invite viewers on live to ask questions of your guest. And I think that's fantastic. This is going to be, it reminds me of Blab. I don't know if any of you remember Blab. Blab was a social network that basically was a live streaming to way back, maybe before Facebook Live started, where you could have 4 of you on screen at the same time. And the beauty of something like this is it gives your audience access not just to you, but you and your guests. It makes them more involved, and they're going to love you a little bit more. They're going to feel like they know you a little bit more. So I'm excited to see this rolled out. I think it means that you're going to be able to be far more creative with your business. So big thumbs up from me. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Tell me what you're drinking if you are watching on Facebook, or if you're watching on YouTube, let me know you're watching on YouTube. I want to know you're watching on YouTube because obviously YouTube is my new thing. It's not so new anymore. I've been doing it since November, but it is my new thing. Good morning to Lee. Great to see Lee here, drinking coffee from a very wet and windy Anglesey. You know what? It's wet and windy here in Athy as well, in County Kildare in Ireland. Lynn says, made it to live one. Oh, yes. Great to see you, Lynn. I know you're always commenting on replay. It's great to see you live. So thanks for joining in. You will all get via Messenger a copy of the Digital Coffee newspaper. Before I move on, we have to mention the orange wall. We painted, well, my other half painted the wall orange over the weekend, last weekend, because since I moved my bookcase, I still have bookcases here, you just can't see them. It was looking a little bit bare and pale, and So we painted the wall orange, which, as you know, is my brand colour, and I normally always wear orange. But hey, I don't have to wear orange anymore. In fact, I can't even wear orange because I'll blend into the background. So thank you. I think it looks great too, and it brings out the beauty of my skin tone.
Hi, I'm Kyra Fingleton from Glamping Under the Stars, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
How can a platform that is famous for attracting young people broaden its audience? Well, it looks like that's something that TikTok is trying to do. And actually, there's a lot of older users, probably to the horror of the younger users, on TikTok already. But this week, TikTok announced a new integration, and that integration is a recipe integration. It's integrating with a tool called Whisk, and Whisk is a website where you can host your recipes and people can shop those recipes. So you say, all right, I want to make that. You click a button, it puts it on your shopping list, and then you buy all the stuff. So as you can see from this screen grab, that little green button, I know it's tiny, but a little green button just at the top of the description on the TikTok video there will lead people through to the recipe, and then they'll be able to shop for it. So one, this is going to encourage more in-depth content. TikTok is so much fun to watch those videos. There are a few tips on there, but now this is going to encourage more people to share more in-depth tutorials like recipes. So I think that's good. From a business point of view, I'm not sure what the deal is. If you host a recipe on Whisk, do you get a cut if people buy it? But retailers themselves, and the biggest one is Walmart in the United States, can pair with Whisk so that you can buy those ingredients directly from Walmart. Now, you may remember Walmart have a history with TikTok. They almost bought them. And then they also have integrated shopping online with TikTok already. So this is an experiment. I'm hoping we're going to see smaller retails come in there as well. But also for food brands. Food brands can actually pay to be part of this as well, which means I think this could work even for a smaller food brand. If you could get some creators making recipes, including your ingredient, this could actually, help launch your new product or service. So I do think it's really interesting, and it is a bit of adulting on TikTok. So I was thinking, what other integrations would you like to see? I think maybe craft integrations would work really well. Would fashion integrations work? I'd love to know what you think. Lots of comments coming in now. Good morning to Catherine Hurley, who's drinking black tea. I've actually had 2 massive mugs of tea already today. I just can't wait for my coffee. And as you all know, can't drink coffee before the show because I talk way too fast. Jolie says, loves the idea, but I want to go to TikTok purely for that. For me, the problem with TikTok, Jolie, is that I get addicted when I go in there, go in to have a quick look, and an hour later you're still looking because it is absolutely fabulous. I think for a business, you do need to be able to make content for TikTok, and that is the biggest problem. You can't just throw stock stuff up there. I think the videos that are going to do the best, the ones that are going to win for you, is when you create yourself. Deirdre, hello Deirdre on YouTube. Yes, Deirdre prefers YouTube. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. You see, look, Lee, Deirdre, who's in Wexford in Ireland, and me, we are all wet and windy today. But Deirdre is drinking hot chocolate, and I'm a little bit jealous of that.
Hello, this is Rob Charles, the voice of Mike on Forever FM on Peter Kay's Car Share. BAFTA award-winning, I've got to say, but I've not seen the BAFTA yet. Anyway, you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Enjoy. I'm on tea. Shh.
If you manage multiple Facebook pages for clients and Instagram pages for clients, recently Facebook integrated the option to reply to messages from them pages into Messenger. So you can just flick through, you can choose the page that you want to answer as a message, and you can reply. It's a great time saver. It's massive, it's great. But what if you are currently stuck at home with your children because of lockdown, and your child gets hold of your phone and somehow they get into your messenger. This stuff is happening all the time. They somehow get into your messenger and they accidentally start replying to messages from one of those business accounts that you manage. I mean, could happen. Also, of course, there's more malicious ways that this could be used. If somebody stole your phone, they could get into your messenger and start being your business. I think there's a lot of worries we may have with that. Make sure your phone is locked and secure. But it's going to happen with children more, isn't it? Because maybe you give them the phone to play with for a little while and they get stuck with it. Well, how can we stop this happening? And I think this is the best update on the Facebook Messenger privacy updates that are there, particularly for social media managers, because you can now go into the privacy settings and you can require Face ID or thumbprint ID, depending on your device, to actually open Messenger. So your child is not going to be able to accidentally go there and reply to business messenger messages if you set that up, which I think is amazing. You can set it up that it will automatically make you unlock with your face or your thumbprint after you leave Messenger. 1 minute, I think it's 15 minutes and an hour. So I have mine set up for 1 minute. Because sometimes you just need to flick in quickly and you may have lost it. I think this is huge. I think this is brilliant. It's not the only privacy update. They have a whole lot of other things. The link is in the newspaper that you'll be getting, and also I'll put it below, both on YouTube and on Facebook. I'll put the links below so that you'll be able to access them. There's also the option to choose who can message you, which is great because we're going to get a lot less of those hello lovely lady messages for the ladies out there, or a lot less spammy messages coming in through Messenger too. And there's a few other tips. I love that they are actually wrapping this privacy into Messenger. I think it makes a huge difference and it's a nice little surprise from Facebook.
Hi, I'm Lee from Wellshot and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Cheers.
ShopPay is Shopify's own shopping cart system, and apparently it's the fastest shopping cart system in the world, and it's particularly designed to stop people abandoning your cart. If they put something in their cart, the process of buying it isn't going to get in the way of them buying it. And until now, you've only been able to use ShopPay on a Shopify website. But this week they are integrating. So if you're in e-commerce or you manage accounts for e-commerce, this is interesting. They are integrating it with all Facebook and Instagram shops for Shopify users. So you will still need to have a Shopify website. But now that means when people buy from your shop on Facebook or Instagram, that they are more likely to complete that transaction, because this is a nice, stable process for people to check out, which could be great for businesses right now. But you know what I'm going to say, right? This is more of us just giving everything to Facebook. I know Facebook shops work now, but sometime in the future, it's probably going to be harder to make those sales on Facebook as more people get shops. So your website is still of ultimate importance. And I do worry that this deep integration of Shopify will eventually either kill the Shopify real sites, or Facebook will just steal all their technology and make it themselves. So I think it's good news because you're going to instantly be able to convert more people who visit your shop, but cautiously keep your website into the future. Thank you, Katie. Hello, Katie. I love the orange wool too. Great choice. Well, it means I don't have to wear orange anymore. I'm wearing all sorts of different colours these days. It's great. It's great.
This is May King from The FOMO Creator, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
B2B content, business to business content, is the worst, isn't it? It's the worst. If you go to LinkedIn, if it's from a big company, it's just those horrible, sterile, corporate stock photos of people pointing, people looking intelligent. Well, supposedly. It doesn't represent a workspace at all. It doesn't represent any corporate I've ever been in, who are always trying to make their spaces more colourful and interesting. So why do they do that? LinkedIn is obviously the place for business to business communication, and they've noticed that corporate content is rubbish too. So they have actually just launched a guide that will help you create better business to business content. Now, I'm pretty sure you don't need this, but I think it's worth downloading anyway. And in this guide, it mentions 3 principles of good B2B content. And actually, I would say it's 3 principles of content for everyone. But considering there is a problem with those stock photos, it's worth looking at. The first thing that they suggest is to add thumb-stopping imagery or creatives. So a video or an image that isn't that horrible, sterile stock photo that will actually capture someone's attention when they're scrolling through the feed. The second thing that they say is to use interactive content. And when I first read this, I thought they meant, ask a question, get your audience to engage. But no, they're actually talking about things like carousel ads that you can run on LinkedIn. Why is that interactive? Well, when you think about it, on a carousel ad, if somebody scrolls through the elements of the carousel, they are actually deeper involved. I can't think of the right word. More deeply involved with your content because they're spending time with your business. The actual act of doing something rather than scrolling by or just looking at it, sets off lots of little memory points in your brain that are going to help you remember it. So they recommended that. Of course, that's an ad product. They're trying to sell ads. But you could also, those PDFs that were really popular on LinkedIn a while ago, I think, Gary V was all over them. You could actually upload PDFs that are images and people can engage with them exactly the same way by scrolling one point to the next point to the next point. And that is building a stronger memory point with people than that scroll by too. And actually, I think the LinkedIn guide itself is really good for that because it's a 17-page PDF. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be lots of reading. But actually, the way it's laid out, you race through those 17 pages. There's images, there's examples, definitely worth downloading. But that would make really good interactive content. Then what is the third one? The third one is, and you know this, all of you know this. Your content needs to inspire. It needs to be entertaining or informative. Like I say, every marketer out there knows this already. There is absolutely no point putting content out there that doesn't match that parameter. When people view your content, you need to make them think, wow, this is valuable to me. I need this content. So I think this is a great guide from LinkedIn. Definitely download it if you get a chance. I'll put a link below afterwards.
Hi, I'm Carmel Siri and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Well, I just noticed I missed loads of your comments, so we may put that up again. Deeply engaged was maybe, yes, more deeply engaged. That is the word I was looking for. Katie says she scrolled through a carousel for the first time on LinkedIn yesterday and it worked really well. So they're obviously, big into that. I like the carousel idea. Yeah, specifically on LinkedIn because it's not something you can do on Facebook, but that PDF thing works. I mean, for other networks, like Instagram, you can have a carousel. Facebook, it has to be an album, but people still scroll through in a similar way. So I think it can be quite engaging. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning. Great to see you here. Glad to see you all back. I was mourning the loss of my one-time notifications, which will be back soon, but you're still here, which is great.
You're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Affiliate programs can be really great for business. So this is where, people who will sell your product for you in exchange for a cut of the sales price, and you give them a link and that's how you identify them as affiliates. But if you want to set one up for your business, it is cumbersome. You have to choose a platform, you monitor and manage, and you'll get people saying, oh, this didn't work or this didn't work, and it's a bit of a pain. It's totally worth it, but those are the things that may put you off getting started. As a creator or an influencer, it's a pain because you have to go and sign up for all the different affiliate programs on different affiliate networks, and keeping tabs on that can be quite difficult. I always forget what I'm an affiliate for, even though I have a little folder on my Chrome that tells me. So it is a cumbersome process. which Instagram, it looks like, are going to make it easier. This screen grab from Alessandra, I have to look at his name closely, Paluzzi, this screen grab from him shows, and he's an app developer, he's found this somewhere on Instagram, shows that they may be considering adding some sort of an affiliate program through Instagram, which would take the hassle out of it for both the business, and this would be from a creator account from the creator. Both sides win in this situation, because you'll be able to set up the whole thing and run the whole thing, well, I'm guessing, through Instagram. And that makes sense because this is the platform that people are influencing on the most. So by adding this affiliate program, it just makes the process a lot easier. The downside, of course, is the thing that Facebook owns everything. You are at Facebook's mercy when you use all their tools. But I do think it could be a really helpful integration for a lot of businesses who stumble at the first point of setting up an affiliate. Trying to see, did I have another story? I do. I got a little bit discombobulated there. There you go. That's on brand for Facebook. They're all about stealing or using other social media text ideas. You know, yeah, I guess they are, because they want us to stay on Facebook and they don't want us to go anywhere else. Who did I click last? Well, we're going for Catherine.
Hi, I'm Catherine Mason and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
If you had a product that you were selling and it wasn't selling, or maybe it sold a few, but it meant that fulfilling that product became painful, you'd get rid of it, right? And I just suddenly realized this is why the social networks constantly get rid of features that some users really love, but aren't being used. And this week, it is the turn of watch parties on Facebook. In case you've never used a watch party, this was a way that you could share a video that was either uploaded natively to Facebook or was a live video like this one. There was a little button underneath you can click. You can create a watch party which plays it live either on your profile or within a group on Facebook. So more of you can watch it together and comment. I think I used this feature exactly once, and that was when I was running the video challenge that I run once a year in my Facebook group. And at the end of it, we had a watch party of all the videos that people had made. And it was great. We got lots of people watching and lots of engagement, but really, that was a one-off. I couldn't see myself using it that often. And I think that's the problem. Outside that marketing context, I don't think people really are using them. And Messenger and Instagram Direct have now integrated this thing where you can actually watch videos in Messenger together with friends rather in that public space. So it seems that watch party is obsolete, and it's going. They are cutting watch party. It is gone, gone, gone. Will anyone ever notice? Probably not. As Lee says, I could never see the point of it. Absolutely. And Katie, I keep forgetting to use them. Yeah, because why would you, except maybe I could have a watch party of this in my Facebook group so that more people would watch it. It seems a bit of hassle. Yeah. Why would we have watch parties? That is the news for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been great to have so many of you on live. I will be back both here and on YouTube. Same bat time, same bat place next week. Until then, bye-bye.